In the grand, sweeping tapestry of Genoa City, few love stories have been as enduring, as tragic, and as passionately followed as that of Sharon Collins and Nick Newman. Schick, as their legion of fans affectionately call them, is once again teetering on the precipice of a reunion. The air is thick with the familiar electricity of their connection, a magnetic pull that has survived countless affairs, betrayals, losses, and marriages to other people. After years of orbiting each other, of being each other's constant comfort and deepest what if, it seems the stars are finally aligning. They are older, wiser, and perhaps finally ready to embrace the epic love that has defined so much of their lives. But in the world of the young and the restless, happiness is a fragile thing, especially for these two. Just as they tentatively reach for this new beginning, a shadow from the past is lengthening, threatening to eclipse their future before the first chapter can even be written. And this time, the greatest threat isn't a new enemy or a scheming business rival. It's the one person who has always held the unique power to unravel them completely, Sally Spectra. On the surface, Sally might seem like a complication of the past. Her explosive, passion-filled affair with Nick is over, a fire that burned bright and hot before sputtering out, leaving mostly ashes in its wake. She has moved on, finding solace and a promising new beginning with Adam Newman, Nick's perpetually tumultuous brother. Nick has forgiven the betrayal, Sally has embraced her new relationship, and everyone, it seems, has moved on. So, how could she possibly be the one to destroy Schick now? The answer lies not in any deliberate scheme, but in a secret so profound it could detonate the very foundation of trust Nick and Sharon are trying to build. That secret, of course, is the paternity of Sally's son, baby Ace. The official story, the one everyone in Genoa City believes, is a masterpiece of painful sacrifice orchestrated by Adam. To save his brother from further heartbreak and to give Sally's child a stable, united family, Adam claimed paternity, knowing full well the child was Nick's. He became the father in the eyes of the world, a noble, if twisted, act that allowed Nick to walk away without the agonizing burden of knowing he had a son being raised by his brother and his ex-lover. Sally, reeling and vulnerable, accepted this reality. Nick, believing Adam to be the biological father, found a painful sort of closure. This lie has been the bedrock upon which the current tenuous peace between the Newman brothers and Sally has been built. But bedrock, as Genoa City residents know all too well, has a habit of turning into quicksand. The first cracks are already beginning to show. Sally's relationship with Adam, while strong, is not immune to the ghosts of what could have been. In quiet, unguarded moments with Sharon or even alone, she might look at Nick and feel a pang of what was lost, not just the relationship, but the truth of her son's heritage. The weight of a lie this big is a crushing burden, and Sally is not a naturally duplicitous person. Her nature is to be bold, fiery, and honest, even when it's reckless. Containing a secret of this magnitude goes against her very being. Now imagine Sharon and Nick finally together. Their relationship has always been built on a deep, soulful understanding, but it has also been repeatedly shattered by secrets and omissions. They are trying to do things right this time, promising absolute honesty and transparency. They will share their fears, their hopes, and their daily lives. But what happens when Nick, in a moment of heartfelt honesty, talks about his complex feelings regarding Sally and Adam's child? He might express a sadness that the boy isn't his, a lingering what-if of his own, or even a compassionate relief that Adam has stepped up. Every time he unknowingly speaks this lie aloud with complete conviction, he is building their new future on a falsehood that Sharon is privy to. Sharon knows the truth. She is one of the very few people Sally confided in. She carries the knowledge that the man she loves has a son he knows nothing about. This places Sharon in an impossible, morally torturous position. Her every instinct is to protect Nick, to shield him from pain. But by withholding this truth, she is committing the exact type of sin that has broken them up in the past. When Nick finds out, his betrayal won't just be from Sally or Adam. It will be from her. He will look at her and ask, "You knew?" All this time, As we were building this life together, you knew my son was out there, and you said nothing. The trust they are so carefully constructing will vaporize in an instant. Sally is the wild card in this delicate equation. Her actions, however unintentional, could trigger the revelation. Consider these ticking time bombs. A medical emergency. What if baby Ace were to fall seriously ill? The storyline soap operas have used for decades remains potent for a reason. A need for a blood transfusion or a genetic marker that doesn't match Adam's would blow the lid off the entire conspiracy instantly. In the panic and fear of the moment, the truth would come tumbling out, and Nick would be left reeling, not only by the news about his son but by the fact that Sharon was in the room, aware of everything, and stayed silent. A moment of weakness, Sally, seeing Nick happy and settled with Sharon, might be overcome with a mix of guilt and a twisted sense of nostalgia. In a vulnerable moment, perhaps after a glass of wine too many, or during a heartfelt conversation where she feels the need to clear her conscience, she could confess everything to Nick directly. The setting wouldn't be dramatic. It could be a quiet moment at Crimson Lights.
But the impact would be seismic.
The unraveling of Adam and Sally. While currently solid, any relationship involving a Newman and a Spectra is destined for drama. If Adam and Sally were to have a devastating fight, the paternity lie is the ultimate weapon. In a fit of rage, either one of them could scream the truth, not caring who hears it, especially if Nick and Sharon are within earshot. Anger has a way of revealing truths that were never meant to see the light of day. The cruelest irony of all is that Sally isn't acting out of malice. She isn't plotting in a dark corner of the Grand Phoenix. She is simply trying to live her life, love her son, and make her new relationship work. Yet, her mere existence in Genoa City, with this secret, is the sword of Damocles hanging over Schick's head. She is the living, breathing embodiment of the last great secret and betrayal between Nick and the people he loves. For Sharon, the constant knowledge is a slow poison. Every time Nick holds her, she'll think of the son he's not holding. Every time he talks about his children, Noah, Faith, and Christian, she'll mentally add a fourth name to the list. This secret creates a fundamental imbalance in their relationship. She holds all the cards, and it is a burden that will breed resentment, anxiety, and distance. The pressure to tell him will battle daily with her fear of destroying him and what they have. Ultimately, the reunion of Sharon and Nick is the culmination of a decades-long story for fans. It's what so many have waited for. But true to form, The Young and the Restless is poised to explore the painful idea that even when two people are meant to be together, the ghosts of their pasts are not so easily laid to rest. Sally Spectra is that ghost. She is the walking,